Hey guys, it's Miss Phelps. Today is lesson 1.1 and we're going to be talking about simplifying. The goal is I can distribute and combine like terms. So today we're going to talk about the distributive property. And basically it means that I can either add up these numbers inside the parentheses first, which would be 2 plus 5 is 7. Then you would still have this 3 on the outside. So 3 times 7 would equal 21. Or if I use the distributive property, that would mean that I am going to times these guys before I add. So I would first do 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3 times 5 is positive 15. So 6 plus 15 equals 21. So that is the distributive property. Like terms are terms that have the same variables or that don't have any variables. For instance, this problem right here, 3z plus 2z, because the letter at the end is the same, that means that these are like terms. And these are the same because they don't have any variables or any letters at the end of them. Alright, we're going to simplify the expression by distributing. So remember, distribution means that I'm going to take this number on the outside and times him in to both of those guys. So first we'll do 8 times 1 is 8, and then 8 times 2x is 16, and then bring the x. And this one has an x here, and this one does not, which means they are not like terms. So this is the final answer. Number 2, 9 times negative 4x plus 3. We're going to use the distributive property, and we're going to go 9 times negative 4x, and that will give us negative 36x, and then 9 times positive 3 is 27. And again, we do not have like terms because this one has an x and this one does not. So that is our final answer. Number 3, 6 times 5 minus x. So we'll go 6 times 5 is 30. And 6 times negative x is negative 6x. We don't have like terms, so that's our final answer. 7 times negative 2 is negative 14. And 7 times negative 8x is negative 56x. And we don't have like terms again. So 3 times 8x is 24x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And no like terms. Now this one looks tricky because we have 3 different sets of numbers inside this parentheses, but we're just going to do the exact same thing. So we'll do 4 times 9x is 36x. 4 times negative 5y is negative 20y. And then 4 times 7 is positive 28. And this one has an x, this one has a y, and this one doesn't have a variable, so there aren't any like terms. Simplify the expression by combining like terms. Alright, So here, these numbers both have x's, so we can combine them. So 8 minus 4 is 4, and then both of them have an x, so we have to have our x here. This one, this has an x, a y, and an x. So we can only combine our x's here. So we've got 7 plus 2 is 9x. And then we still have this negative 4y, so we just bring them down right here. And we can't combine these because these letters are different. 2a minus 4a will give us minus 2a. These both have x's, so we can just add 7.3 and 1.2, which will give us 8.5x. 3/4 y minus 1/2 y. So the first thing that we have to do here is we need to get a common denominator. So what we'll do is find the LCM of 2 and 4, which is 4. So in order to make this 4, we have to times this by 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So we'll just bring down our 3/4y, and this will be negative. And we have 1 times 2 is 2 on the top, and 2 times 2 is 4 on the bottom. Now we have a common denominator, so we can just subtract across. So 3 minus 2 is going to be 1, and then our 4 stays the same. So our answer is 1/4 y. 3b minus 1.7c minus 2b. So these both have b's on them, so we can combine. So 3b minus 2b is just 1b, which is the same as b. And then we have negative 1.7c left over, so we'll just bring him down. And our variables right here, our letters, are different, so that's our final answer. 1 plus x minus x. So x minus x, those just cancel out. So our answer is just 1. 7q minus q plus 2r. There's an imaginary 1 right here. So 7q minus 1q is 6q plus 2r. Number 15, 7p plus 2 times 12p minus 8. So the first thing that we have to do to solve this is to get rid of these parentheses. And we can't combine anything inside here because we don't have like terms. This one has a p and this one does not. So we will solve this by using the distributive property. So 2 times 12p is 24p. And then 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. And then we'll bring the 7p down. And remember, this is a positive 24p. So we have 7p and 24p that we can combine, and that will give us 31p. And then bring down the negative 16. (9j minus 6 times 6j minus 2k plus 10k. So the first thing that we need to do is get rid of our parentheses, but we can't combine anything inside here because our variables or the letters are different. So we will start by distributing. So we have this negative 6, and we're going to bring it in and times by 6j. So it'll be negative 36j. Then we have negative 6 times negative 2k. Remember, negative times negative is positive. 6 times 2 is 12, and then we have k. Then we'll bring down the plus 10k, and we'll bring down the 9j. Alright, 9j minus 36j, we can combine those, and that's negative 27j. And then 12k plus 10k is 22k. Number 17, 4x minus 2 plus 3x. So we need to distribute this negative into both of these. So there's an imaginary 1 right here. So we'll just go negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And negative 1 times 3x is negative 3x. And then bring our 4x down. So we have 4x minus 2 minus 3x. So we can combine these two groups of x's. So we have 4x minus 3x is just 1x. And then bring down the negative 2. Eight times 3a plus 7 minus 14a. So we can't combine anything inside the parentheses because we do not have like terms. So we will begin by distributing. 8 times 3a is 24a. And then 8 times 7 is 56. And then bring down this negative 14a that we have. Then we can combine our a's. So we have 24a and negative 14a. So that will give us 10a, and then bring down our 56. Eight p minus 2 times p plus q plus 3q. So we can't combine p plus q, so we will distribute. Negative 2 times p is negative 2p. And then negative 2 times q is negative 2q. Then bring down our 3q and bring down our 8p. It's not a very good p. Then we can combine these p's. 8 minus 2 is 6p. And 3 and negative 2 is just 1q. So 6p plus q is our final answer. 24i minus 12 times 2i minus h minus 10h. So again, we're going to distribute. So we've got negative 12 times 2i is negative 24i. Negative 12 times negative h. Negative times negative is positive. So 12 times h is 12h. Bring down this guy, negative 10h. And bring down our 24i. So 24i minus 24i is 0. And 12h minus 10h is 2h. So 0 plus 2h is just 2h.